Okay, let's see if this is working. I am trying to go live with my new equipment. So give me just a second. I'm going to check on my phone to see if this is working. It looks like it is. So, hello everybody. Oops, a little bit of... Okay, I think we're set to go. I've got my phone on so I can see if there's any comments or if people are joining me. Let me tip my camera for just a second and you can see my face and the ginormous mess I have going behind me. I never like this because I think my face looks so red on this camera, but that's the way it is. Hey, I just have a really quick tip that I learned, and I'm just going to share it with you. For those of you that have, let me switch this back down. For those of you that have this set that you could earn free with a celebration order, it's called Watercolor Melon. So, I was not in love with this set at all when I first received it, or when I first chose it. I liked the pieces of watermelon and the leaves. I just wasn't that thrilled with this watermelon because it's such an odd shape. But the bonus of this is that you can also get the modern oval punch to punch out your watermelon, and so that's a nice feature. You don't have to fussy cut it. But let me show you a quick tip on what I learned about coloring it. So here's some cards that I've done. I copied these, or in our Stampin' Up! World we call it casing, C-A-S-E, copy and share, or copy and steal everything. So I've copied and I am now sharing all of these. I will post the pictures of these and where I got the inspiration. So you'll see that they look fairly realistic because I learned this fun tip on how to color them. All right, so quick little demo here. I've got some scraps, and oh, I hate that I have this glare in my on my glass board. So the camera sends this piece of vellum. Oh, and that does help. Let me get out a bigger piece of vellum. Let's see if I can work around that. It sure helps the glare, doesn't it? All right. Okay, so I'm going to get out my glass block, and you can see, of course, anytime you use any of the reds, they're going to stain your stamps. Not a big deal at all, because let me take all of these off for right now. Let me stick them all on here. The stain is not a big deal at all. It does not damage the stamp at all. Alright, so I've got the seeds on my A block. A block? Yeah, the A block. Here's the slice that has a bite out of it. Here's another slice. Woo! You can tell I'm on my glass mat. The glass mat is something new that is available right now if you join Stampin' Up! And I am in love with it. There are so many things that I didn't ever do before that I now can do because I don't have to worry about the mess. It's saving me on my grid paper and so many other things. Alright, the other tool you're going to need is a blending brush. And these are blending brushes that are not Stampin' Up. These are ones that I purchased before Stampin' Up sold them. The Stampin' Up ones are a little bit bigger and a little bit same size. The Stampin' Up ones are gray though, and we have them in 2 sizes. But I like to keep them in my color families. So since these were already from my reds and greens family, I'm not redoing, I'm not starting a clean Stampin' Up one. I like, honestly, that these are color-coded, but if you need blending brushes, we have these available in the catalog. They're super, super, let me see if we can, my awesome new camera here. It's a super fine brush. They're actually kind of fun to play with. And then you can wash them out if you want, or you can just leave the colors in them. All right, so you're also going to want those. Okay, so we're going to start with the slice of watermelon. And I'm going to do 2 different ones. I'm going to do Melon Mambo, and I'm going to do Sweet Sorbet. So, if I stamp this full strength with the Melon Mambo, this is what my slice of watermelon is going to look like. All right. Now, if I ink up my slice of watermelon, turn it over and take my blending brush and just gently rub that ink on there, this is what it's going to look like. So it just softens it up a little bit. You don't see so much of the texture of the stamp. And I actually like this better when I did them in Melon Mambo. So let's go ahead. Also, let me point out, the first time I used this stamp, I thought I had a stamp with a flaw in it because of that crack. But when I looked at the stamp set, which I emptied the whole stamp set, where did I put it now? Oh, here. I see on the stamp set that there's also that same kind of a natural looking crack in it. So, Kelly Stenzel, hi! How are you? I'm wondering, are you at an airport? This is my chamois, Simply Chamois that I use to clean my stamps off, and I've just put it in a old stamp case. So I had a few questions and comments on my Facebook page the other day when I was asking people if they liked the chamois or the, oh, what's the other name? The scrubber. So, all right, this is straight Sweet Sorbet. Okay, there's how that looks. Again, a little bit maybe grainy. Now I'm going to ink that up again, and I'm going to gently brush that with my blending brush, and now you'll see how different it looks. Okay, so to me, on the Sweet Sorbet, it really makes a difference when you blend those colors together. This one looks much pinker. In fact, it looks very similar now to the Melon Mambo. But I just think it gives it a softer look. You can tell here now that I didn't get my brush all the way to the edge, so then the edge is a little bit rougher. Alright, so Sweet Sorbet is my go-to color for my watermelon. That is the color that I like the best. Now for the watermelon rind, I did a similar thing. Hi Arlene! I'm using Garden Green, and this is full strength, and this is Garden Green blended with my blending brush. And again, you're just going to see that it's a little softer. Not a huge difference, but a little bit softer. Now I'm also going to take my Parakeet Party blending pen, and I'm going to add that little color in here that makes it look a little bit more watermelon-y. And then I could even stamp right back over that to get those lines in there. Just play around with your colors a little bit, okay? This is going to be more noticeable when I use the large watermelon. Alright, let me get another scrap out here. I'm just using little kibbles and bits from my scrap basket. Garden green. Ink that up. Press down. That's just plain garden green. Now I'm going to go ahead and blend it. And let's see how much of a difference it makes. Notice that I'm stamping right on my glass mat. I'm not using my foam anymore. The glass mat just does such a nice job. Alright, let's see if we can get a difference here. Just a little bit rougher and a little bit smoother. This is another one. Now this time I'm going to take my Parakeet Party, and instead of using my blender pen, I'm going to use my blender brush. So I'm going to blend off a little bit on my glass mat, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring in some of that color into my watermelon. This is going to be punched out, and so I can go outside the lines if I want to. Okay, I could even use a little bit of Granny Apple Green on there. We'll just get all the inks out. Maybe make this side a little darker. Okay, and then if you have the punch, again, you can just, if you've never used the Stampin' Up! Punches, they work upside down a little differently than traditional punches. This way you can see what you're doing. You always want to stamp first so that you can get just a nice outline. So, isn't that nice when you blend in the colors? So this one is the one that I blended after I stamped it, and this is the one that I didn't. So they're both fine, but I do love that I've added in the Parakeet Party and Granny Apple Green color to the watermelon to make it look a little bit more realistic. Now I can also do that with these. I could come in with a little bit of Sweet Sorbet, and so there's not quite so much white. Again, I'm going to fussy cut these so I can go outside the lines. Let's go full strength on this one. See if we like that. So just filling in some of that white. Alright, then again, I'm going to fussy cut. I'm going to leave just a little bit of a edge. Now that edge has become sort of a light pink, not quite so harsh white. I'll come back and trim off the bite. Okay, and I'm not going to make you watch me fussy cut all of these, but let's see what happened to my, oh, here's my my rind. Okay, I'm going over that with the Granny Apple Green. I'm not super fond of that one that I did with the blending pen. I think it's just too harsh. This is a watercolor look, and so I just think that that blending pen did not do me any favors. I like the blending brush better for this technique. Alright, so now we've got our watermelon rind. And our watermelons. That needs to be obviously glued together. Let me bring the camera down a little bit so you can get a good look at that. What do you think? Leave me a comment below if you like it better with the sweet sorbet or the melon mambo or the combination. Oh my gosh, I'm not even really sure where we landed here on what color any of these are. But just know that the blending brush is going to be your friend with this set. Let me show you again the cards I finished. Just a little soft blending to make it look a little bit more watercolored. I think this one is my favorite. So there's your quick tip of the day. And stay tuned. Let me flip the camera just for a second here yet and flip myself around. The magic of a document camera. I have been challenged to do a live video every day in the month of February. So I've accepted the challenge. Stay tuned. Wish me best. Wish me the best. And it's always great if you leave a comment. It brings more traffic to my Facebook page. And so if you see me live, comment. If you see the replay, leave a comment, even if it's just an emoji. It always will help me. I'll be at the Oasis all day Thursday. If you need anything, if you want to stop in, grab a cup of coffee or a Diet Coke from McDonald's on your way, come and visit, or bring a project that you want to work on. And if there's anything you need from Stampin' Up, please let me know. Have a great day. It's the last day of January, by the way. So, see you in February.